Hey, there he is. What's going on? Oh, so what are you trying to swindle him out of it? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I'd trade a legendary pack for that. A transcendent and 3 rank 12 bondings, yes. Oh, okay. I thought you said a rank 3. Yeah, I thought that's what you said. Oh, these tanks, they're absolutely worthless. And they don't revive me. Shore's a turn. This is just absolutely ridiculous. These people are so weak. I don't understand what is going through their heads. Why they think they can do these things just because their gear score says they can. What has happened to this game? These people have no business doing this stuff. Oh my God, I don't believe this. These people are so bad. It's a real problem with this game now. All these tanks they're respeccing the DPS because they all want to be DPS. But the problem is you're not a tank once you do that. The game isn't recognizing you as a tank. You get no aggro. And the DPS cannot survive when there's no tank. You can't take the hits from the boss. You can't. These people have got to learn that they have a role to fill. And they have to fill that role. If they're not going to fill that role, they need to get lost. It's that simple. My character cannot take the hits. Yeah. Yeah, but the PC players, their characters are much more powerful. Their stats on PC are way higher than the stats will ever be on console. Some of them players have 100,000 power. Some of them have 50,000, 60,000 defense. Yeah, they do. I've looked at the videos from these guys from PC. One guy's sitting idle and he's at like 50,000 power. But you can get stats. There's people that have 150,000 power and they're killing bosses in under 10 seconds. That doesn't happen in console. None of us can do that. I'm talking without being buffed. It's in the forums. People are complaining about these players that are so massively powerful that they're killing bosses in under 10 seconds. And one guy says, well, is it a crime to have 150,000 power? Well, that's possible. I mean, you've got some exploits in PC that you just can't do on console. There's stuff that people are doing that, but they still have stuff about the game that we'll never have. Their bags can hold a lot more. Yeah, but you see, as powerful as my character is, I'll never be able to solo an epic dungeon because I can't. My character's a glass cannon. I can't take the hits. Not meant to. DPS, true DPS characters are not meant to take hits. My character can't take hits. I'm a warlock. The Dragonborn, they have higher defense. They naturally have higher defense. But a warlock typically is. But Dragonborn, the race has naturally high defense. They just do. I've seen warlocks that are Dragonborn. They have way higher defense. It's because they just do, because of the race. Yeah, but that's one of the race characteristics. They just naturally have higher defense, as well as those other attributes. So you're getting that. It doesn't, but I've talked to a lot of people, and they just say they do. They just naturally do. Dragonborn is best at everything because, for one, they just naturally have higher defense. It's just like the tieflings do more damage when something is below half health. Bloodlust. It's just it's just what they do with their race. When you pay that money to get a Dragonborn, you're getting all that stuff. Dragonborn is just naturally tough because they're part dragon. But yeah, I was just complaining about these people. Everybody's respecing their tanks because they want to be a DPS tank. And the problem is, once they do that, they're not filling that role that needs to be filled. In the group, the role of tank needs to be filled by a tank. And once you spec to DPS, the game no longer recognizes you as a tank. And the enemies don't recognize you as a tank. And once that happens, you become worthless and useless to the group. You're not filling that role. It doesn't say that they do, but they naturally have higher defense. I know this. I've been playing the game over a year. Dragonborn race naturally have higher defense. It doesn't say that they get more defense, but when you look at the base character, starting with them and starting with other races, their defense is up there. It's going to be higher than the starting defense for a tiefling or a human. That's why they make such good tanks. It's just one of those things. They naturally are tougher. But yeah, that's nasty. I got a great big nasty spider walking down my wall. Gross. Mine is almost 13,700. Yeah, human. It's not an obvious trait. It's just they're naturally tougher. They're naturally tougher because they're part dragon. It's one of those things that you don't see. It's not obvious, but they just are. They can take more hits. But yeah, right now it's running rampant with these